Good morning, I am Charles Bloom, and this is my interview video for Principal as an Instructional Leader. What can you tell us about yourself and your experiences that will make you a good candidate for the Principal as Instructional Leader program? I believe instructional leaders need to be able to assess the lesson being taught and provide that positive and negative feedback that will develop that professional growth to incorporate a more critical, creative, and engaged lesson in the future. As an instructional leader, being able to, like I said, being able to assess and provide that feedback, and then taking that information and developing professional development programs that will increase the critical and creative thinking of lessons, and also increase the engagement of students during those lessons is a critical aspect of understanding instructional leadership as a principal. Some other things: I'm hardworking, I'm dedicated, I have good time management skills, I believe in teamwork, I'm a team player. I've held various leadership positions in the military, to include leading in extreme and austere environments with 2 tours of combat in Iraq and 1 tour in Afghanistan. I have a calm demeanor, I'm very approachable. I don't sit around and wait for the answers. If I need an answer, I usually go research it, find the answer on my own. I treat everybody with dignity and respect, and I believe in servant and transactional leadership, which then leads me into the next question. What does leadership mean to you? Leadership is people. Number one is people. They're the most valuable asset to any organization. Building those relationships, having empathy, actively listening, being involved and engaged, being transparent, being able to influence others, providing those ethical and moral values and beliefs to guide good decision making. My philosophy is lead as if everybody's watching, never lead with fear, think before speaking, and always stop and reflect on your actions and decisions. How do you use critical self-reflection in your professional growth? I just use self-reflection overall. The Army or the military has taught me through my levels of military education to rely on self-reflection, putting everything in perspective, understanding and controlling my emotions using emotional intelligence, such as self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. Understanding that my choices, my decisions, and my actions have second and third order effects. The use of assessments and feedbacks to grow personally and professionally is critical here. I see myself one way, so I'm biased towards the way I see myself, because I may say, my weaknesses are minimal, when somebody else can point out every single weakness. That allows me to be able to stop, put it in perspective, self-reflect on those weaknesses, and then improve those overall weaknesses, using that self-reflection to gain that personal and professional growth. Understanding that building trust in a positive environment will help reduce those cognitive, unconscious, and confirmation bias. Having an open mind and in reducing my judgment will help mitigate me jumping to conclusions and erase some of those logical fallacies. So basically, how do I use critical self-reflection? I just use basic self-reflection and then start putting everything into perspective in an understanding, and then put those leadership values of people, relationships, empathy, actively listening, engage those in that self-reflection to build on that personal growth. Explain how you plan to balance self-care, role responsibilities and expectations, and the rigor of a graduate program. Basically, just kind of doing what I'm doing now. The military partnered with the University of Pennsylvania to develop a resiliency program within the military that allows us to, you know, self-reflect. It allows us to put things into perspective. You know, when we wake up in the morning, you know, we hunt the good stuff. Think of one good thing that's going to occur throughout the day and keep that one good thing in a positive way. And then, you know, when you end the day, you know, self-reflect on 3 positive things that happened that day, and then take that to the next level and put everything into perspective using that self-reflection. When you start to, you know, see yourself downward spiraling and catastrophizing and thinking of all these negative things throughout the day, make sure that you stop, you self-reflect, make sure that you put those issues into perspective, and then tie that into health and holistic domains of being mentally and spiritually and physically sound. You know, incorporate good nutritional habits and good sleep habits. Those are some things that allow me to remain resilient through, you know, working full time, completing a master's degree, making sure that a single father of 3 children are understanding my children have, you know, food on the table, understanding that, you know, basketball practice is here, you know, understanding that they still have homework themselves to turn in, and then trying to manage that part-time National Guard that typically usually becomes almost a full-time job, using the resiliency factors in that resiliency training, and then mold that with my health and holistic domains allows me to be able to balance, you know, life's uncertainties and life's certainties. This is my conclusion of my interview brief. Thank you for your time, and have a good day.